folks, it's the Red, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man Legends. We finally got the Flutter back operational, at least enough to allow us to get around the island. And, well, let's go ahead and continue having our tour of the place. We just saw Roll's room. And over here, we need to go into the living room and go talk to Barrel Casket. And I'd like to go ahead and make this point. I only just now realized something about these two. The Casket family. You've got one named Barrel, the other named Roll. Barrel, Roll. It's funny. Funny joke. The tank is full of tropical fish. They don't seem to move much. Alright, let's see what we got going on. Oh, hi, Mega Man! Amelia asked me to find out what I could about the treasure that's supposed to be buried here. This island's just got so many mysteries, I don't know where to start looking. Mega Man, have you ever heard of the main gate? I've heard it brought up in conversation a couple of times. Oh, you have, eh? Then you probably already know this, but yeah, he'll explain it to you anyway. The largest ruin on the island is called the Main Gate, and can be found near the Old City. What's unusual about it is that as far as anyone knows, there is no way to get inside. I have heard a theory that it's connected in some way to or with the subgates. Tell me, Mega Man, have you found a passage in the subgates that connects to the main gate? That we have not, because we largely can't get around in the ruins just yet. If I'm right, the subgate in the Closer Woods is some kind of key for the main gate. And I'm willing to bet anything the treasure those pirates are after is inside the main gate. They've probably realized how close they, and we, are getting to the treasure. Don't let your guard down. Alright. Quick check on the TV here. The northern parts of the island should expect sunshine in the morning, followed by clouds in the afternoon. Those of you heading to the Closer Woods might want to take an umbrella along, just in case. I love the little touches in this game. It's a vase. Be careful not to knock it over. With as much as this ship gets knocked around, I'm surprised it hasn't fallen over already. Sheesh. Anyway, having a look at the other rooms around here. This is my sad, pathetic room, with literally just 5 things in it. It's a first aid box, but you don't really need it as long as Data is around. It's a cactus, but it's not yours. It's something Data picked up, he says. It makes a good conversation partner. Good on you, Cactus. You're right on point. It's an antique clock. Roll gave it to you for your birthday. You'd better think of something to give her in return. This looks like some kind of hospital bed. It's your bed. You could use a nap, but not just yet. After all, we got worlds to save and whatnot. And we can't interact with the dresser, so oh well. And finally, next to my room... What? How'd we wind up back in the living room? Anyway, here's Barrel's room. Well, this place is already a lot busier than mine. There's all sorts of ancient stuff and books. There are lots of books lined up. Introduction to Life, My Life as a Digger, The Return of the Digger. They all look pretty difficult. Yeah, not much of a reader anyway. A model of what people say the world looks like. Were the ancients able to fly so high that they could see the entire world like this? Makes you wonder. But anyway, the thing that we're after is in this chest here. It's a chest. Anything inside? And we find a bomb schematic. Well, we'll be sure to take that over to Roll. Just a couple other things I wanted to look at in here. A machine called a microscope. What ancient technology is this? Used to look at small things. Wonder what's inside. There are a lot of little bug-like things. Just what kind of science is Beryl working on in this room anyway? It's certainly well made, but it's pretty strange looking. Looks kind of like a moon. Alright, that's enough in here. Pretty much the bomb schematic is the only thing to really pick up in that room, so let's go ahead and talk to Roll and see if we can do something with all the stuff we picked up. Thankfully, from here we can go to the R&D room, which is basically just like the support car. So let's go ahead and do some item development. Hooray! Items! This bomb schematic, which is the last thing we picked up, but the first thing to be made into an item, is used to make the Grand Grenade. This is another arm-mounted weapon. It allows you to shoot out even stronger grenade bombs. They're really powerful. You might even be able to use it to blow up walls inside the ruins. Very useful. We're going to be making use of that in this part. Anyway, the rollerboard and old hoverjets are used to make jet skates. Mega Man, I came up with something different again. Jet skates! With these, you'll be able to move a lot faster than you can by running. Just be careful you don't get hit by cars if you use them in the city. I am both happy and sad to have these things. I mean, it's nice to be able to move around quickly, but by unlocking the jet skates, I have also unlocked the means to play a rather difficult minigame that I'm frankly not looking forward to. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Not in this part, but soon enough. And the joint plug is used to make the adapter plug. I've got something for you, Mega Man. It's something to attach to your Mega Man Buster. Mega Buster Roll. Not Mega Man Buster. Until now, you've only been able to use 2 parts simultaneously, right? Well, with this, you'll be able to use 3 different parts at a time. Dun, dun, dun! What do you think of that? I think you know what I think of that. You might want to ask what the enemies think of that. Anyway, special weapons. Let's go ahead and have a look at our Grand Grenade and get that thing maxed out in its stats. But as you can see, holy guacamole, look at the cost to build this thing up in its attack and everything else. It would be exhausting to enhance all of these, but at these prices? You'd have to have some sort of magic words to be able to do this. Oh. Videomus Editus. And there we go. Everything maxed out. It cost 334,000 zenny to have all of these things maxed out. And these other 2 couldn't go up any, so yeah, there you go. So, Grand Grenade is now the best weapon it could be. So let's go ahead and switch over to that, because we're going to be using that in the ruins that we're about to go to. I know I had it here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It can be a little difficult to sift through all those items. And another nifty little thing about the R&D room is that we can also use the support car to go straight to the Cardon ruins. And appropriately, it makes everything green, because now we're in the car. Naturally. Alright, so now that all that is sorted out, it's time to put our Grand Grenade to work and see if we can sort out those spots in the ruins that we didn't visit before. So here we are at the Cardon ruins. This is the place I normally go to get all my money, but now we're going to go in this direction. We came this way to get the old rollerboard. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, I should probably go ahead and equip all my new stuff. Such as the roller jets. Probably should have had this thing refilled, but probably won't be too much of an issue. And buster parts. Now I can equip a 3rd piece, so let's see. I can increase my attack or range another level, or I can give myself an energy boost. Yeah, I bought that thing for that reason, so might as well. Alright, so now I can have more buster shots fired at once, before I have to cool off for a second. Very nifty. And I'm pretty sure I already checked these holes. Okay, so now we're back into this part. See, here's where that trapped chest was. And I'm sure you're just dying to see this Grand Grenade in action, so let's try it on a robot. Oh, I see you. It might help if I hit the enemy. There we go. Yeah, took that thing out in one hit. Compare that with the Mega Buster. And yeah, you could get an idea just how powerful the Grand Grenade is then. Yeah, this thing's going to be a wrecking machine, as you can see. We've been in this direction before, and I'm not going to worry about these guys, because they can't follow me through the door. Oh. And I'm also going to head over to this hole that I missed the first time I came through here, because there's a goodie. We found an old shield. Well, suffice it to say, it's probably not going to be helping my defense any. And as you would expect, all the enemies come back the second time you come back through here, but we're a little better equipped for it this time, so they shouldn't be too much of an issue. Ugh. Keep your distance, sir. Having more energy definitely helps take these things down a little quicker, at least. It at least lets me keep a constant stream of fire on them, so that I can possibly stun them more easily. Alright, just gonna hop on up here. And here we're gonna be introduced to some new types of obstacles here. These things off to the side, they really hit you hard. They just constantly swing left and right. As far as I know, there's no way to actually stop them. You just gotta move between them and not get hit. But like I said, if they do hit you, they hit you really hard. And they often come in patterns like this that make it hard to get through without getting hit. So, just gonna have to stop between them. Oh! Yeah, see what I mean? Took off like 3 notches of health just like that. So you really gotta be careful going through. There's a good chance that these can break your shield as well. So, watch out. Ugh. I sometimes have a hard time with those. And already I can see I'm probably going to regret my decision to not refill my canteen. Unless I can get a good health recharge here. But anyway, heading back down. I say back down, but this is our first time we're coming in this direction, so... In fact, I may head back to town after this. Anyway, here we have ourselves a big block wall here, but we throw the Grand Grenade at it and it doesn't quite go down. This weapon is not meant to bring down this wall, although you can see there are a couple of walls that were brought down previously. I wonder what could have done that. Anyway, over here we find the Rapid Fire Barrel. One of 2 parts that we'll need to make another special weapon. Thankfully, going back should be a little bit easier, at least. They tend to move in a pattern that actually favors your movement. There we go. Okay, I'm actually going to head back to town before I make my way into this little tunnel here to get my health refilled and to get my canteen topped off. So, BRB 5 min. Okay, I'm back with my health refilled, my canteen filled, so let's see what's going on inside here. A couple of small Reaver bots in these little tunnels here. Just make sure you sidestep those explosions, those bombs that they chuck at you. If you look, you can actually see some of the obstacles up ahead through the wall. We can kind of snipe that enemy from here. Assuming we get a little cooperation from these swingers here. Whoa, yeah, I almost forgot about you. Yeah, you remember the intro boss that we fought? Well, here's its very much stronger brother. I like to use the ground grenade against this thing because it can really wreck him in a hurry. Of course, he can also wreck you in a hurry, so I wouldn't recommend standing in one place for too long. Wait until he starts turning around, and then lay some heavy fire on him. You can also employ the Zelda 1 strategy of hiding in the doorway until it's safe to come out, which is usually the best way to avoid his explosion attack if he's coming towards you. I wanted to pick up more of that Zenny, but I also wanted the health. Anyway, this whole room here basically just goes in a circle, and as far as I can tell, doesn't actually lead anywhere. So, there's not too much of a point coming in this direction, but we'll see where it all leads to. Unless there's a door in the middle? I don't think there is. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Indeed, it's just another hallway to take to get to this point. More of these things to get past. Though we don't need to, we could just drop straight down because this little hallway here just spirals down and around, and yeah, that's literally where we just came from. There's no reason to run past those things. So where does this all lead to? A lot of small Reaver bots in this room. But as you can see, we're starting to connect with some place we've been to. Ugh! Meant to jump out of the way of that. And here we are, back in that first room that we were in. It all just loops right back around. So we've made one connection at least. But let's try going somewhere new. Thankfully, I have just the place in mind. If we hop on up here, we can see that there's a path up ahead that we haven't gone down yet. Where we're going to be answering to more of those, tough spider-like enemies that we need to flip onto their back. They're not too terribly difficult to deal with from a distance. And if they come charging at you, well then just give it a jump over them. Anyway, we found ourselves a shiny object. I have no clue what it is. It could just be a very polished spoon, but it doesn't matter. It's shiny and it's an object, and I will have it. Seems logical to me. Also, I love how these things just keep flipping it over. I don't think that was me doing it. See, because, yeah, none of my shots are actually reaching it. Still, we're going to have a little bit of a hard time getting through this, if that last attempt was anything to go by. There we go. On your back, please. Hey! What? Oh, geez, that thing must have flipped it back. Cheater. Whoa. Ah, I tried to jump over it, but I dodged roll instead. When everything goes according to plan. Am I right? Whew. Having a tough time in these ruins. Thankfully, the enemies do drop plenty of health, so maintaining your health bar shouldn't be too difficult. Flip, please. Okay. Didn't like how close he was getting there. I could throw a grand grenade at these guys and flip them quite easily, but I kind of want to hang on to those for the room coming up. Totally not foreshadowing anything. Yeah, they throw a lot of those spider bots in these little hallways. It helps to have a Mega Buster that can do a lot of damage. Range isn't necessarily important. Alright, we're gonna head in this direction. No enemies to deal with here, and here's another one of those cracked walls, but as you can see, it has more of a stony texture to it. These ones will blow up with our Grand Grenade. And inside, we're going to meet some new enemy types. These little shield enemies will hide behind a shield. They're sort of like Sniper Joes. They'll come out from behind their shield to shoot at you. And you just need to sidestep their shots and just keep shooting them. Wait for them to put their shield down, or use a weapon that can go around it. You know, like the Grand Grenade. We find ourselves an old launcher. There's a new special weapon in our future. Here's another one. Didn't seem to notice us right away, so we got the drop on him. Uh-oh. A little late on that dodge roll there. These guys like to drop a lot of money, too, so, that's good at least. If you do have good range on your Buster, then sniping these guys should be pretty easy. Case in point. I mean, yeah, he's noticed me now, but he's already got a big amount of damage on him from the moment that he noticed me, so it didn't take too much effort to finish him off. Here we have another wall to shoot down. And this big blue door here leads us back to the island ruins that we came to and got to the red refractor in. Specifically, this will take us to that room with all those gators shooting the big blue waves at us. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not going that way, so, we're just gonna go back this way. Yeah, that other door that I didn't take when I visited the water ruins, they went over here, which means I would have hit that brick wall, and it would have been a dead end. Anyway, 3 chests containing money. It's a trap! I don't appreciate that. And over here we have another trap. Man, how mean can you get? They lead you in thinking that you found something super great, and then it turns out that 2 of the chests are trapped. Anyway, I believe we have another route that we can go down this time. You see those purple squares on my map? Those indicate where a blown up wall can be. Alright, now we're going to go through this door. where we're going to find a lot more of those explodable walls. But first, we find a pen light. You mean like a laser pointer? Are we gonna start distracting cats now? Anyway, use the Grand Grenade, try and aim at corners so that you can take out more than one wall. See, we took out the middle wall by doing that. Of course, if you've got enough weapon energy, then you can just throw a single one at them. And yeah, Grand Grenade can make pretty short work of them, even if they're blocking it with their shield. But the thing with the Grand Grenade is that its energy is rather limited, so you don't want to go spamming it against enemies like this. I mean, I maxed out the energy bar as much as it will go, and it still doesn't give you that many shots. So either bring a hyper cartridge with you, or just don't rely on it too much. Anyway, you want to blast away all these walls because a lot of them have holes behind them. And within those holes contains a lot of goodies, such as a little bit of money. Okay, those weren't the goodies I was talking about, but trust me, they're coming. See, there's another hole. And in here we will find another little bit of money. I promise you, there's going to be something good behind these walls. You'll see. It's going to be amazing and awesome, and you're going to be like, oh man, it was totally worth the effort blowing up each and every wall here. And this time we find a main core shard. See what I tell ya? What's a main core shard, you ask? I have no clue. But since it's not money, that makes it even more valuable than gold itself. Anyway, up ahead you can see that we've already filled in the map here. That's because this is the other door that connects to the island ruins that we came from. So, yeah, no need to go in that direction. No need to get assaulted by gators. Anyway, I think I've about covered everything I wanted to in the ruins for now, so I'm going to head on back to the surface. And so here we are back outside. By the way, if you wanted to see the jet skates in action, you just hold the circle button and zoom and off you go. These things can be pretty fun. The controlling on them is pretty decent. You just press left and right, you can steer yourself left and right. And you can turn a little tighter by pressing L1 and R1 at the same time. And yeah, it's got its uses. Anyway, just thought I'd hit up the shop so I can use the rest of my money to buy some more goodies. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and top off my life gauge here. I think that's going to be the last one. Yep, okay, so my life gauge, now at 10 points, is as high as it could possibly be. I'm going to buy some extra packs now to make my canteen a little more accessible. I bought 2 more, so I think that's all I'll get for that for now, because right now I'm going to get the Kevlar jacket. That will reduce damage by half. Alright. Let me go ahead and equip that before I forget again. Oh, it's automatically equipped. Okay, fair enough. Alright, then let's go ahead and head on back to the Flutter. Okay, we're back on the ship, and let's go talk to Roll again. Drop off all of our goodies, and see what she can do with it. To the R&D room! Alright, let's go ahead and do some item development, and see what we get out of all that stuff we dug up. The Zet Saber and Penlight were used to make the Blade Arm. This is a short-range arm-mounted weapon. It's probably best used when you get in trouble and are surrounded by enemies. I'll probably be showing this off in the next ruin. The Rapid-Fire Barrel was used to make the Buster Part Machine Gun. Basically, this is a Buster Part that increases your firing range. I bet it'll help you out when you've got to shoot a lot of enemies at once. Well, I kind of feel like the energy booster did that pretty well. But, yeah, we're going to go ahead and make use of the blade arm when we visit the next ruin. But that's not going to be for now, so we're going to go ahead and call it right here for now. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time as we take on the next ruin. See you then!